Guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. So today we are going to discuss about data visualization using Python. So on my last video I show you how to analyze data using R, and also how to assign variables in Python. So today I'm going to using matplotlib to visualize data, and I'm also going to assign variables here in Python. So if you don't know how to assign variables in Python, go and watch out the video which I taught you how to assign variables in Python. And if it is your first time here, kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel. So let's begin. So I'm going to use matplotlib to analyze my data. So you need to import a function called a pyplot as plt. So I'm going to import from matplotlib. I'm going to import I'm going to import pyplot as plt, and I'm going to use a shift and data to run my code. So that is it. So next I'm going to assign let's say 4 variables, and one will be a string, that is words, and my final 3 they'll be are going to be numeric, that is numbers. So let's begin with names, which I'm going to give it as Roy, Alan, and let's say Courtney, and lastly I'm going to give it as Antonio. So that is it. For the second, I'm going to give it as x is equals to, I'm going to give numeric numbers less than 100. So the first one will be 10, 20, 30, and 40. And y, I'm going to give it as, let's say, 30. I'm going to give it as 30, 40, let's say 70, and lastly 90. And my last variable, I'm going to label it as t, and I'm going to give 20, 60, 40, and lastly I'm going to give it as 80. So that those are my 3 variables. So if I run it like that, then I have x, I'm going to have x as that, and then y, and let's say t. So in Python I usually run the last line of code. So if I remove t right here, I'm going to get my y values, which is that. So I'm going to first plot the line graph, that is plt.plot. So I'm going to plot, let's say, x on my x-axis and y on my y-axis, and run. So for me to remove this, I can use the semicolon or plt.show, but for me I usually prefer the semicolon, so I'm going to plot it like that. So you can also give the title right here, plt.title. So I'm going to give my title as line graph, and my x label, that is the x-axis, I'm going to give it as x label. I'm going to give it as x-axis, and my y-axis, that is plt.y label, I'm going to give it as the y-axis. So that is it. So let me run. So as you can see, we have it right here, the x-axis, the y-axis, and also the title. So next I'm going to plot the bar chart, and my bar chart, I'm going to plot two bar chart, that is horizontal and also vertical. So let me plot the bar chart. So for bar chart, bar chart, I'm going to use a function called bar, that is for when while plotting the horizontal bar chart. So I'm going to plot x and t, so which we have it right here. So this is it, and I'm going to, if you want to increase the width of the bars, we are going to use a function called width. So I'm going to give it the default 0.8, and also I'm going to remove this by using, now let me use the plt.show, and that is it. Let's wait for it. So I guess the width has not increased, so let me see, let me increase it to 1 or 2. So as you can see, the width have increased in size of our bars. So that is it. Let me plot now the horizontal bar chart, and for the horizontal bar chart, we use the bar h, that is it, and we are going to plot x now, x with t, x with t. So, and I'm going to use the semicolon. So I need to use the shift and enter to run my command. So we have right here. So for our horizontal bar chart, we used the function known as the vertical bar chart, we use the function known as width, but here we are going to use now the function known as height. So, and I'm going to give it as 2 to increase the length of these bars. So as you can see, we have it right here. So if you plot it, and also I'm leaving it as an assignment for you to plot, to give it the title and also the y and x-axis to label it. So next we are going to plot now the pie chart. So, and the pie chart, I'm going to use let me assign new variables, and that is names. Let's say the names of student. Let's say we have a student A, then we have a student B, and also student C, and lastly we are going to have student D. So let's run it. So sorry, I've forgotten to give now the scores of the students. So the scores of the student I'm going to have as, let's say, 400, that is 300, 150, and lastly let's say give it the maximum of 500. So for me to plot a pie chart, I'm going to use now plt.py function to plot the pie chart. So I'm going to plot now let's upload the scores. Then my labels, I'm going to give it as scores. So we have our pie chart right here, and As you can see, I've given the labels as the labels are right here, but as course, but it should be the names. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to remove this syntax right here, and I'm going to use the semicolon, and right here I'm going to use the semicolon, and the labels I'm going to give it as names. So we have it right here, that is we have A, B, and C. So in Python, usually the graphs are the pie chart is labeled on anti-clockwise direction. So that's why we have A right here, then B and C and D. So if maybe we have more interest on A, or let's say C, we need now to uh, uh, separate it from the rest of our pie chart. We are going to use a function known as explode. That is explode is equals to, now I'm going to have a 0, then a 0. So I'm going to separate C from the rest of my pie chart, and I'm separating it by 0.2. So right here I'm separating it by 0.2, and finally I'm going to give the third portion of our pie chart as 0. So actually let me use here E for better understanding. So and that is it. So right here I'm going to now include explode. Explode is equals to E. So let us run our syntax and see. So as you can see, we have right here we have separate the our C from the rest of our pie chart. So what I'm going to do next, I'm going now to include now the percentage, and to include the percentage we usually use a function known as autopcity. That is it. So I'm going to use it right here to include the percentage. So let me include it. So autopcity. So I'm going to first give the percentage, and I'm going to have two figures, that is 2. Then on my last that is, it will be in one decimal, and also since it is a float variable, I'm going to give it as F and percentage. So we have it right there. So as you can see, we have two figures for the start, that is 2. Then I'm going to have after I'm going to have one decimal place, that is it. And lastly I'm going to now, since it is a float, I've given it a float percentage. So I guess let me now plot for you the scatter plot. That's how we plot the pie chart in Python. So also you can plot the scatter plot as plt.scatter. So let us plot x and y, and I'm going to use the semicolon. You can use the plt.show. So right here we have the first plot. Let's now plot the second plot as plt.scatter, and I'm going to plot now x and t. So as you can see right here we have the first plot which is this one with blue marks, and the second plot is this one with now yellow marks. Also here you can change the color. You can give it is color is equals to brown, and our second one, let us give it a color of red. Color is equals to red. And also you can change the markers. So here I'm going to give markers. Markers is equals to, I'm going to give it as a triangle. So I'm going to use this, and here markers, I'm going to give it as S. So that is it. Let's see. Sorry for that. It's supposed to be in bracket. I'm supposed to include this in brackets. So let me see where I've gone wrong. So I guess it is marker or markers. I guess it is marker. Yes, it is marker, not markers. So we have it right there. So I guess these are also, you can include the titles, and also you can include the Y and X lab. So guys, that is it for today. So tomorrow, or the day after tomorrow, I'm going to upload a video on how to plot more graphs using matplotlib and also Seaborn. So guys, if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, kindly subscribe for more and more videos. And that is it for today, and see you next time.